Welcome to Juno Beach, Florida. If you are wondering what it's like living here in Juno Beach, if you're wondering what it's like to move and what's involved with moving to Juno Beach, Florida, this is a video for you. My name is Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Luxury. Welcome. Each week, we look at places in and around Palm Beach and South Florida, places that you might consider moving to. And today, we're looking at one of the most beautiful areas in all of Palm Beach, Juno Beach. 18 years ago, my family and I moved down here, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people, perhaps like you, thinking about moving to this beautiful part of the world we call South Florida. If you are thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who have actually done it before, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways is in the description in the comment section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is set up some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating to here to sunny South Florida. Unless you live in Palm Beach, you might not have ever heard of Juno Beach. This is one of the treasures we have here in Palm Beach. It is a very small place. It's literally 2 square miles. It is just south of up there, which we call Jupiter. Jupiter is the larger city. More on that later. But this little hamlet is one of the best beaches on the east coast of the United States. I did a couple of videos on Juno Beach a while back. It's been a while now, but going back 2-3 years. The growth of Juno Beach is incredible. If you go back to the year 2000, there are literally half as many people living here. Today, there are a total of 4,000 people only that live here and call Juno Beach home. But here's the deal. If you're moving to Palm Beach, Florida, whether you're looking at new construction in Palm Beach, Florida, or anything here, a lot of people go here to Juno Beach. If you live down there, a very common place people live and they come to this beach is Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. If you live in Jupiter, two of the best beaches, in my opinion, two of the best beaches in Palm Beach are here, Juno Beach, and up that way in Jupiter Beach. It is a little bit more quiet. Here I am near sunrise, and people are just coming out, taking in the beauty. There are some surfers down there. A lot of people with their cameras up. They know it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. Lots of sea life. One of the unusual statistics about this place, of all the places in the world, the most densely populated sea turtle nesting takes place in this little hamlet we call Juno Beach, Florida. In fact, down the road there, they have the Loggerhead Marina. It's an educational piece, educational place for kids to look at the nesting. Lots of times you will see along the beaches here where they cut off they won't let you go to particular areas because there's nesting. Again, a lot of unusual wildlife here. That pier, I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but that is one of the most popular places to go fishing here in Palm Beach, Florida. I just took a little bit of a bath there with that surf. This is an area where you see a lot of people with water sports. Of all the places in Palm Beach, this is, I find, to be one of the more popular places to go surfing. As you can tell, the surf today and lots of days can be pretty rough. It's ideal for surfing. You'll see people on the kite sailing. You'll see a lot of swimmers, obviously. A lot of fishing off the dock. That pier goes out 900 feet, and there's a history to that pier. When I looked to move down here, I would have loved to have watched videos like this to get a sense as to what's involved. So one of the things that we found, we've gotten good feedback on, and we're going to do it here now, is we're going to go to the map to show you exactly where we are here in South Florida.
Let's get a handle on exactly where Juno Beach, Florida is. I'm going to start by looking in the southeastern United States. We're going to zoom in rather. This is Florida, and from here to here, roughly, is a 9-hour ride if you're in a car. Maybe longer, actually. It is a big state. When people think of Florida, lots of times they think of South Florida, in particular, southeastern Florida, and that's where we are here today. A lot of people today are moving from Miami and Fort Lauderdale, Broward, and Miami-Dade up into Palm Beach. A lot of the new construction is in this area. That's what we do. We are a new home co-broker. We see a lot of people moving here and considering that. There are some places in that regard nearby, and reach out to our office if you want to know what they are. But I'm going here, West Palm Beach, Florida. If you live in the area, this is an area you're going to frequent. There's a lot of stuff down. It's like the center of Palm Beach. There's a lot of stuff that happens there. Palm Beach Gardens just to the north, a big exclamation, question mark. I don't know what I'm doing. Google, thank you. Bet you should fix that. That's sort of the nearest big city to Juno Beach. We're going to zoom in a little bit more. And as you can see, Juno Beach is starting to show up. It is roughly right there. Jupiter is just to the north. Jupiter is actually Tequesta is technically the most northern part of Palm Beach. It is half in Palm Beach, half in Martin County, which is a county directly north of us. But people lots of times say Jupiter is the most north because it is the most north as a whole. Juno Beach is the sister city or area of Jupiter. So if you live in this area, so it's such a small area that not a lot of people live in Juno Beach per se, but there is a lot around it. So as we look a little bit closer to Juno Beach, you see the pier right there, that little thing, that's actually pretty big. It's 900 feet out into the ocean. As you'll see later, lots of fishing takes place there. And here is the, for you dog lovers, here is the off-leash beach that the dog lovers go to. This is truly one of the most pristine beaches in all of Florida and all of the East Coast, truly. Such a small, unknown area. That's why I guess the sea turtles nest there. But anyways, there's a lot here. If you are considering this area, there's places like Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens nearby that I would consider if you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach, Florida.
I hope that was helpful. We are surrounded by some of the more popular areas. Although only 4,000 people live here, there are other places where people will come here that live near. So as an example, we do a lot of business in Palm Beach Gardens. Living in Palm Beach, we are a relocation company. We are a new home co-broker. We help people buy new homes and existing homes here in Florida. And one of the areas that we help a lot of people is down that way. It's called Palm Beach Gardens. If you live in Palm Beach Gardens, this is one of the more popular beaches you're going to come to. If you live in Jupiter, believe it or not, they have a beautiful beach up there. This is a popular beach that you're going to come to. Me, I live a little bit further away. I still come here. I love watching the sunrises here in Juno Beach, Florida. So why Juno Beach? As I mentioned, Jupiter, the bigger town that is up that way. In Greek mythology, Juno was the wife of Jupiter, and this is sort of a sister community for Jupiter, and that's where Juno Beach got its name from in Greek mythology, Juno. One of the great things about living down here is there are lots of opportunities for water sports. Even up here, up on that street, right off the ocean, you'll see bike riders, you'll see skateboarders. I mentioned the water sports that they have here. This is a nice place. Families come here, especially during like playtime, like spring break and the summertime. You'll see families here. This is also, I want to mention this for you dog lovers. This is a I find a dog-friendly beach. Down there is a off-leash beach where you can actually let your dog off its leash. I don't see one today, but there are times when I've seen signs where it says, where the dogs are allowed to go this area. In any event, if you are a dog lover, this is a beach that you'll probably want to bring your little furry friend. All right, so Juno Beach is really known. One of the highlights of this town, this is the center of it's the northern part of Juno Beach, but that pier is like the highlight of Juno Beach, yes, believe it or not. It's a little bit more quiet here. Let me go into a little bit about that. If you live in Palm Beach County, If you're thinking about moving to Palm Beach County, you want to know more about this. I really, truly believe this. This area is much more quiet than further south. If you are thinking about this area, you really want to listen to people who've done it before, who know the area. Down in Boca Raton, Florida, down at Delray Beach, Florida, those areas are very different. They're much more crowded. As an example, if you go to Delray Beach, that's another great beach in the southern part of the county. It's so crowded that you have to pay for parking and the high times and whatnot. Here, it was very easy. I just parked my car, walk up, no paying for anything. So it's a very different environment. And you don't want to make a mistake. If you're moving down here, you want to know what you're getting yourself into. I've had people that I've met after they moved here, and they feel like they've made a mistake, and they're selling their place because they feel like they're not in the right place. Really, you need to do your homework. And one of the best ways to do it is to subscribe to this channel and get a sense as to what's out there. We do a lot of new construction homes. There are a lot in this area, and every week we highlight some of the best areas in Palm Beach and all of South Florida. All right, back to the pier. Believe it or not, that pier was not always there. It was built in, I'm going to go through these dates here, 1946. But in 1984, which really wasn't that long ago in the scheme of things, that thing came down. It was Thanksgiving weekend. They had a major storm here, and you think this is bad. That was much worse. It took the pier down, and they didn't rebuild it until 1999. So that pier has only been there for about 25 years now, and it's one of it goes out 900 feet. It's one of the longest piers here in South Florida, and definitely here in Palm Beach. The only other pier that's longer than that in this area is at Lake Worth, which is much more a little bit further south, much more elaborate. But this is one of the places, as you can tell. I'll walk down this way a little bit. There are lots of people out there taking pictures. It's a little bit more quieter on the north side, but on the south side, you see people taking pictures. It is one of the most picturesque places in Palm Beach, Florida. So if you want to move here and look at new construction, there are condos down here you can buy. If you're considering buying a condo, make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into, because there is a risk. There are lots of condos down this way. You can see some of them over this way. There are lots, and you think that's an easy, inexpensive way to get into them. Be careful of that. As we've done, if you haven't seen our video, look up our video on condo risk over there. We highlight some of those concerns issues you need to be concerned about. There are some good condos. Having said that, here all in the area, we can help guide you as to what they are. There's a place called Sea Oats down there that we've showed homes in. It's good. It is a little bit older, but in general, we find that it's much. It's a little bit safer when it comes to home insurance and issues like that when you buy single-family homes. And we can help guide you as to what you should be looking at or thinking about if you're thinking about moving to either northern Palm Beach, Florida. The other thing I'll say is that if you're looking at restaurants and so forth, the restaurants up this way, Juno Beach, they have not so much Juno Beach, but more like Jupiter up that way. Lots of great restaurants. And I say great restaurants, it also has to do with the fact that they are not like chain restaurants, not like Olive Garden and Smoky Bones and all that kind of stuff. They have unique restaurants. The Jupiter Lighthouse down the way is like one of the symbols of Palm Beach. Off Jupiter Lighthouse, there's a restaurant row, I call it. There's a bunch of restaurants out down that way. It's just a picturesque. Again, I think the two best beaches in Palm Beach, in northern Palm Beach, are Juno Beach and Jupiter Beach. What's also nice about this beach is they have not so much this, but on the other side of the pier, I just walked across to the other side of the pier from the south side, and now I'm on the south side. You can see there's a sign right there. I don't know how well you can see that. It says guarded area. So if you're going to come here with your family and you have young kids, and you can tell the surf is a little bit rough, you're going to want to go to that side. That's where the lifeguard is over there. As you can see here, as you can probably make out here, I'm going to quickly do a little panoramic view of this in a second. All the surfers are out this way this morning because that's where the rougher surf is. But here, take a look. Also, if you're a boating enthusiast, this is the area. I've had a lot of people who are boaters look at this area. Not just Juno Beach. Jupiter's right up the street, and a lot of people look at Jupiter and Juno together. The inlet is right down there, and so that's how you can get from the Loxahatchee River into the ocean. Some of the homes that people have off the Loxahatchee River that go into the Jupiter Inlet and out to the ocean, those are $1 million homes. I'm more than $1 million, like way over $1 million, $15 million homes. Because you could literally park your boat in your backyard and take it right out into the ocean here in beautiful Palm Beach, Florida. Here's one of those signs I was telling you about. I mean, I almost stepped in it. Thank God I didn't. But here you go. Let me take a quick peek at. This is where there's determined is a nest for a sea turtle family. So it's sort of a neat thing to watch it. I've seen it getting down the way that Loggerhead Center. It's sort of educational thing for kids, but it's nice. You could watch the turtles will be born, and literally will go out into that water and off into the ocean around the world. And a lot of those sea turtles are born right here in Juno Beach, Florida. So now I'm about to walk under the pier. I oftentimes, especially in the morning around sunrise, we will see people, photographers take pictures of this, and you could really see why. The view from under the pier into the ocean is incredible. It's a little bit after sunrise now, so most of those people are gone, but have a look at what this looks like. If you come here, I'm going to run up to the pier in a minute. If you come here in the morning, you'll see a lot of people fishing that pier, especially before sunrise, right before sunrise. I guess that's when the fish are biting. They actually have a sign that says no shark fishing, because yes, they do get sharks out here. And you'll see the lifeguards lots of times will keep an eye out for if they spot them and tell people to come in. On one of my Lake Worth videos, I have a good scene where the lifeguards calling people back because they notice a shark. So one of the things that there's a lifeguard post I was telling you about. This is the guarded area. That's one of the things they do. Obviously, it's a tough ocean to swim here. The ocean down in southern part of the Palm Beach is a little bit more calm, I find. But so that's why it's important. If you're going to come here and you have young kids that not strong swimmers, this is the part of the beach I would go to. So like I said, only 4,000 people live here in Juno Beach. I have helped people move to this town and this area. But some of the places that people look at down the way are Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens, also Alton in Palm Beach Gardens, and also Artistry in Palm Beach Gardens. So there are some really nice new construction homes, communities here. If you want me to help if you want to know more about what they're about, because some are more money than others. You can buy a home in Alton for $3 million. You don't have to. And you could buy something a little bit more modest for a little bit under $1 million, let's call it, in Avenir, in Apex and Avenir, and or Avondale. If you haven't seen, if you're new to our channel, take a look at some of those videos, because there are some really nice new construction communities here in and around Juno Beach here in Florida. So as you can see here, they have like a bike lane. So you will see bicyclists. You will see all kinds of. There's one that just passed. You will see a lot. They like bike clubs that all get together around. They come around the same time. This is a very popular area to do that here in Juno Beach. So if you go to the beach, you will see the flags, and it'll give you an idea as to the condition of the surf and whether how safe it is. Don't see the flag out as of yet, but I'm sure it's somewhere. So here we are at the base of the pier. This is, if you come here early in the morning, you will see a ton of people fishing in this area. It's popping. And one of the reasons is because the pier jets out 900 feet, so you can get some good. It's good for fishing. One of the things you'll see on the signs is that there's no shark fishing. They've got a bunch of rules there, but it's one of the best things to come. This is one of the best places in Palm Beach to come for a sunrise here in South Florida. So I gave the prices of to go down here. They're wrong. So I'm going to review them again here. So here on the pier, to go down there, they will charge you today $2. It used to be not long ago, it was $1 and then $4 to fish. Now it's $5. So like everything else, things go up. But if you come here early in the morning, like before sunrise, you will see a lot of people down that end of the pier. So one of the things they do here at Juno Beach is they have these, and a lot of the beaches do this. They have a chart that give you an idea as to what to expect, the flags and whatnot. The water temperature right now is 74 degrees. High tide, as an example, is at 10:30. It is just about the dogs. Dog Beach North, 300 yards that way is where it's the dogs, where the dogs are allowed. And then here you can see they talk about they talk about rip currents, and they say here swimming not advised because the water is a little bit rough. But it's one of the things. Most of the beaches in and around Palm Beach, they'll have those signs just to give you an idea what to expect when you're coming to the beaches here in Palm Beach, Florida. Living in Juno Beach, paradise here in South Florida.